What is up, my friends? It is Saturday night, and as a great philosopher once said, I like the way you move. Okay, maybe Wigfield isn't a great philosopher, but still, it works. It works for the intro. And I hope that you guys are well. I hope life's treating you well. If you're English, congratulations today on England winning the under 21 Euros with that 1-0 victory over Spain. Curtis Jones gets the goal, albeit he didn't know too much about it, but still, congratulations. Tonight, though, I've got some inside information with Romeo Lavia's decision, and he has made his decision. We've got some information on Luke Chambers, which you guys may have seen on social media, and a little update on the potential future of Thiago Alcantara. So I'm going to do my part. I'm going to talk for the next 8 to 10 minutes, but I need you to do yours. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button and, of course, drop a like on the video. So, Romeo Lavia. I got information that really I wasn't expecting to get, but it is top tier information, and it is from somebody that I really believe. So, what I've been told, and you may see this start to break over the next day or two on social media, is that Romeo Lavia has made his decision, and if a deal could be agreed to take him to Liverpool, that is where he would like to come and play his football. He does and has bought into the project that Jurgen Klopp has pitched, and he loves the idea of coming to play for Jurgen and being a Liverpool player. So, it's now over to the club. They need to decide if they go for the player, if they make a bid, and if they do make a bid, how close they'll get to Southampton's valuation of £50 million. Now, I have to say, I think that valuation's a little bit, well, it's crazy, quite honestly. He's playing 17 more games than Stefan Bajcetic, and I can't imagine Liverpool looking for 25 or 30 million for Bajcetic, so 50 million for Lavia seems steep. But they do have suitors. Chelsea are in the wings, Arsenal are in the wings, but as I said at the start, he's made his decision clear. He would like to come and play for Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool Football Club, and that is a bit of good news. Now it's over to the club. Now, I'm not sitting here and I'm not going to say expect a bid today, tomorrow. I truly don't know from the club side. My information from the player side. So, if Liverpool can come to a number, and many journalists have said they expect a bid to come in, then I think it'll just be a case of agreeing it with Southampton, because the player, well, he's already been seduced, lured, monitored, loved, whatever phrase you want to use, but he would play for Kloppo. So we have to wait patiently and see what the club come up with. For me, I can understand Southampton asking for 50 from their point of view. You always start high, but there is no value there. There really isn't. We've got to a stage in football now where it used to be you paid a premium for the players who were like 25, 26, 27, had proven it, were in their prime, and you knew you had to pay a lot. Now we're seeing a case where you're paying for the future, you're paying for potential, but I mean really paying for potential. So I do hope Liverpool can knock that price down a little bit if indeed they choose to follow through with a bid, because 50 million right now, he is not a £50 million player. Could he be in the future? Absolutely, but not right now. That's the key point for me. So, we move on to a potential outgoing from Liverpool Football Club. And Luke Chambers, after an impressive loan spell, could be heading to join Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen. Now, Florian Plettenberg and many others have been reporting this. I think The Athletic broke the story initially. And there is talk that it could have a potential option to buy in it. Nobody knows for sure just yet, but there is a serious consideration being given to loaning him out there, or at least sending him to Leverkusen for the season, seeing how he gets on, which is a loan, Craig, so stop going back over your own words. But 19 years of age, he's very highly regarded at the club. In fact, I was going to do a piece on why he could be the long-term successor to Andy Robertson, but we have to wait and see what happens here, because, as Florian Plettenberg reported, there's been no verbal agreement yet between the clubs, but talks are ongoing. The talks are about a loan, and as Florian said, an option to buy is possible. Now, I don't know. This isn't my story. I'm just reporting what's been said out there. But it is a good move if it's a loan, because he will gain invaluable experience under a very good manager, a manager who will probably be at Real Madrid in the near future. Now we move on to the centre-back search. You've seen Levi Colwill today. He was again very good. Yes, he gave away the penalty, and fair play to the England keeper for that amazing save and saving the rebound. But he was again part of a defence that conceded no goals throughout those Euros. Afterwards, you see by the way, Gate speaking to him and saying to the Chelsea fans, I'll make sure he comes back. But the response from Colwill was interesting. He kept just saying, this guy, that guy, he wouldn't confirm it. So let's wait and see what happens there. I don't know what the situation is with Colwill. You would imagine Chelsea will fight hard to keep him, but if there is an offer to be had, I think Liverpool will be there. Now, speaking about centre-backs, the Evening Standard have reported today that Liverpool are preparing an improved bid for Torino defender Per Schurz. They say that the Reds have been knocked back previously with a bid of about 26 million, and they believe Liverpool are going to come in at 34 million. And I think actually now that I'm reading through this, they're taking that from a source coming from Italy as well. So maybe there's some truth to it. Maybe they're looking to lure interest from Liverpool or Napoli, because Napoli are another club who are interested in Parashures. But I can't say whether you expect a bid or not, but what I can say is we have looked at this guy for at least a year that I'm aware of, probably even longer. But truth be told, I've not watched much of Torino, so I don't know what to expect. I don't know how good he is, and I don't know if he's good enough. So this is why I need your help. Should Liverpool be just waiting to see what happens with Colwill? Because every week or every day that goes by is another opportunity for somebody else to come in and maybe get who's second, third on our list. Like, let's say, for instance, it is Mickey van de Ven. Well, Spurs are pushing really hard there. If it's Per Schurz, Napoli are pushing really hard there. So it's going to be a calculated risk from Liverpool. But as I've said yesterday, and I'll say again, if Liverpool get any indication whatsoever that Chelsea are willing to listen to offers, I think that will certainly be an interested party. But I would imagine the number be rather hefty. For me, I'd pay it. Anything up to 60, I'd pay for Colwill. That's how highly I rate him. I've seen some Liverpool fans in our Discord say 80. I think that's absolute lunacy. I think 60 is even me pushing the realms of possibility, but I do rate the kid very, very highly. Now, lastly, we spoke about potential outgoings on our streams recently, particularly looking at midfield, and it looks like Thiago Alcantara, well, at least this piece says he welcomes the approach from Galatasaray. There were people today thinking that he wasn't at the AXA training facility. He was. He just wasn't training, I believe. So they say that, according to reports coming out of Fanatic, who are a Turkish outlet, Galatasaray vice president has held talks with the Liverpool star in England. They go on to say that no talks have taken place yet between Liverpool and the club, or at least the club haven't given a response to the interest in Thiago. So let's wait and see what happens there. But it can't be just me that thinks that Thiago's been lined up for a move away. I mean, I know Fabrizio Romano has come out and said Thiago's fully focused on Liverpool at the minute, and I get that. But all these articles I don't think are an accident. Now, whether it's Saudi Arabia, whether it's Qatar, whether it's another club in Europe, I don't know who he goes to, where he goes, but it does feel to me like he's been inched towards the Anfield exit door. And I'm easy either way. In fact, in all honesty, I think Fabinho is the one that we should be looking to cash in on, because I don't believe he'll ever get back to his levels that he was at. But you'd need to get somebody like a Tchouaméni for me if you were going and getting rid of Fabinho. Not sure bringing in a Lavia just yet would do it, but let's wait and see. I feel like one of them is going to leave though, and it's going to give a little injection of cash funds to the club, whether it's Thiago and a small fee and a good saving in wages, because I believe he's on about 10 million quid a year. I was going to say a week. Getting carried away with all the Saudi money. He's on about 10 million quid a year, so that would help Liverpool a lot if they could free that up off the books. But it's also no harm keeping Thiago around, because it's Thiago. He's an exceptional player, and he could learn, or he could, give a lot of advice to the likes of Stefan Bajcetic and other young midfielders coming through. So look, that is it from me, my friends. It's now over to you. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Just to reiterate, if it comes down to a choice between any of the clubs, I'm very, 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 very confident in saying that Romeo Lavia will choose Liverpool over Chelsea, Arsenal, or anybody else that's at the table. Now, it's over to you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will catch up with you soon. Much love.